Hi, I'm Nicole Oman.
And I'm Ryan Oman.
And together we are the Empowering Omans. We're so Bill and Ted.
Yeah.
So Hi,
everyone.
Totally. So today it is Tuesday, and that means it's
Tantric Tuesday.
I love your sexy shirt.
Let's get it on. No pressure, no problem. This is from St. Lucia, and Nikki and I got to really enjoy this sacral chakra while we were in St. Lucia.
So today on Tantric Tuesday, we are talking all about the sacral chakra. And if you are following up with us, this week we're talking all about our abundance and our connection to our abundance. And this is such a beautiful chakra to start cultivating this energy in your life.
Right. As we're moving up the ladder of the chakras, we're moving from our needs into our wants,
our desires.
Yes. So this is the chakra that gives you permission to desire.
Yes. And a deeper part of desire, this pleasurable desire, and there's a lot of guilt that comes from desire.
Well, let's not forget that the card we pulled on Sunday was transformation. Right.
So we're going through a massive transformation. And what are we transforming from and to? So the two cards that I pulled for that is guilt into trust. So where are we, or what are we holding in that sacral chakra that is clogging it up? What type of guilt, and where is that guilt coming from, is a beautiful question to ask. So I want you to feel into the energy of pleasure, of indulgence, of sexuality, of sensuality. Are you holding any guilt when it comes to these aspects of your life? And you can even focus on money. Is there any aspects of money that you hold guilt, regret, shame around?
Are you spending too much money on things that are just purely pleasure? They don't have any other fulfillment than just that instantaneous pleasure? Or are you not spending enough money on things that will make you feel good because you feel so depleted you just can't do anything that you want to do? So this is finding that, again, we talk about this a lot, but it's finding the balance. We're dealing with pleasure, we're dealing with guilt, we're dealing with trust. So you have to trust a certain amount of the energy or the guidance or your instincts that there are certain wants that really are needs for you.
And the energy that this gives me is kind of buyer's remorse, or that buyer's guilt, that we go to the store and we know we need something or we really desire that thing and we buy it. And that might not be something we normally buy, but it just feels right at the time. And then we get home and we start berating ourselves for that purchase to the point where we might not return it. So one thing is you still have that sense of debt, but now you're not even enjoying that thing that you bought. So it's not causing you any pleasure at all. It's only causing you great amount of shame and great amount of just, I would say, draining. Yeah, just draining your energy because we are berating ourselves for a guilty pleasure, if you will, or just wanting something. So I want you to notice if there's anything from your past that you feel guilty around money, purchases, and then also maybe around sexuality, sensuality. Maybe you gave yourself up too soon, and we're still holding all these little blockages in this area.
Yeah, let's think about that and how you respond to that may have something to do with your conditioning. So the sacral chakra, or the svadhisthana, is located in the lower chakras, and as you progress your maturity, you move up the chakra ladder. And so this one actually has to do with your childhood. There's a lot of childhood wrapped around this particular chakra, and if you had some conditioning from your childhood that causes you to feel guilt, shame, or remorse for things that you experience pleasure with, this is an opportunity for you to check into that vibration and see if that's something you still want to hold on to. Is that valuable, or is that just holding you back from truly empowering yourself?
Yeah, and look back on how your mom or dad felt about money, felt about purchases, if they were really tight with their money or very miserly, or were they spendthrifts. Like my dad would spend a lot of money and my mom would always be in constant worry about how she was going to take care of our needs.
Right.
And so I had to unravel, and I'm still unraveling this dynamic, that the masculine is safe around monetary purchases.
Right. And so this is a good opportunity for you to also look into the masculine and feminine aspects of your relationship with abundance. If you really looked up to your mother and maybe didn't have a great relationship with your father, you may lean your tendencies, your conditioning towards what your mother showed you and not so much what your father has. But maybe your father, even though you don't look up to him as much, has something to give in the realm of abundance, some way to help you achieve the balance that you need.
And one thing when you're dealing with these conditioning beliefs, behaviors, patterns, all the things, they could be stored in your subconscious and unconscious levels. So to get to those, or really to connect to those, you might have to get in your body, especially in this second chakra. And the best way to do it in this particular chakra is to have movement or dance.
Yes.
You want to go into some sort of emotional flow with it, not just a physical, maybe just a doing the doing here. You want to get into some sort of emotion. And hey, if working out could get you into that anger, fine.
Right.
But there's also subtle layers that you can get in a certain emotional, or what I call a Rasa Leela practice, which is a meditation through dance, where you're really checking in, bringing up those things, and instead of resisting them, we're flowing with them so they can unravel and they are not so tight in the body.
Yeah, remember this chakra is all about the element of water. And water is all about flow, it's about liquid, it's about filling a container. And so as we go into the meditation, if you have room and you have an ability to stand up and get into your body a little bit, maybe dance through this particular meditation. It doesn't have to be anything crazy. You can just move your hips a little bit and just wiggle from side to side. Definitely focus on the movement in the hips though. This particular chakra is located in the hips. So if you can get your hips moving, maybe do a little salsa dancing while we're doing the meditation, that'll help really embody what we're working on here. So as far as the thought and the feeling is concerned, obviously we're still working with abundance, but the thought I want you to focus on is that guilt, right? What is that guilt? Where is it coming from, right? So bring in that thought of guilt, digest that, and then I want you to release it with the trust. So we're bringing in the guilt and we're releasing the trust. We're transforming the guilt into trust.
And once we go into guilt, it's really important not to latch onto it. Just notice it. Put your presence on it and allow it to express itself in the way it wants to, but also allow it some space and room so it can wiggle free on its own. There's no need to force. There's no need to push on it or control it in any way, like yesterday, right? We want to just bring that presence there, notice it's there without attaching, and then allowing for trust to take its place.
All right, guys, so let's get into our meditation. If you have the opportunity, please stand up, get in your body. You don't really need to dance, just move your hips around. Just get your hips moving a little bit, okay? Here we go.
womb. And what we plant in our womb now is divine trust, deep trust. As we let go of the guilt, we trust ourselves, our bodies, our experience, and God in the deepest capacity. Breathe in and let go one more time. It is done. It is done. It is done. It is done. And it's Tantric Tuesday. So if you have a partner, bring this to them because it's really nice to carry some of the weight, but it's a lot better if you're both carrying the weight. And if only one person is worried about this issue, then maybe you're carrying too much. So allow this to be an ebb and flow. And the more you learn how to ebb and flow with a partner, the more that you build energy to create more abundance in your life.
Right.
Imagine if you can create and have kind of a sexual temple, if you will, and you set intention of let's create abundant energy together in this practice. And if you can hold on to that and allow that intention to be there, you will generate some energy to put out into the universe for some new opportunities to come your way.
Yeah, and speaking of putting it out there, this particular chakra is all about socialization. So if you don't have a partner, get out there and not necessarily find a partner, but be social. Get yourself in an environment with like-minded people, people who share the vibration that you want to hold in your life. Remember, the 5 people you spend the most time with are the people you're going to be most like. So make sure that you choose wisely who you spend your time with. And if you're looking for a community of like-minded people who vibrate on the frequency that Nicole and I vibrate on, then feel free to check out the Golden Collective. You can check it out for a week for free and see if it's something that you're into. But let me assure you, the people who are involved in the Golden Collective, they know how to hold space. They know how to make a community where people can be supported through their process.
Totally. And we're all committed, divinely committed to evolution, to growth, and to our empowerment, our deepest empowerment. And it's such a safe container to do all the things. So join us with that. So thank you so much. I hope you have a very pleasurable
sensual day.
Eat
some chocolate,
Tuesday.
do some dancing.
Totally. Oh, that sounds so good. If you like what we do, please subscribe to our YouTube channel and hit that little bell, bing, that will notify you that we are here to support you today.
And don't forget, sharing is caring, so please share.
Yeah, and let people know, because you know what? We're climbing the ladder together, and if your friends and loved ones are climbing with you, then we're staying eye to eye, and we're all getting empowered together. All right, everyone, that's all she wrote for today, and we will see you again tomorrow for Willpower Wednesday. Namaste.